get started, let's bring our posture up tall. Come to the front of your chair so that you have room to move. Do a couple shoulder rolls, resetting your posture down and back. Let's do a couple deep breaths with movement. So breathe in, stretch your arms up tall. And exhale, let your arms come down. Repeat that 3 more times. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, arms down. Inhale, look up this time at your hands. And exhale. We'll do 1 more. Breathe in, look up. Exhale, arms down. To warm up today, I want to run through the power series sitting. So for the first one, it's the power up. So your hands are on your legs. You're going to bend forward. And then for the up, you're going to stretch your arms back wide, squeezing your shoulder blades together. And we can even do a couple open and close here with our hands. Let's do, I'm going to put my camera over a bit. Let's do 10 times like that. So hands down, bend forward, and 1, 2, this is 1. Come down forward again. 1, 2, 2. Down. 1, 2, 3. Down. 1, 2, 4. Down. 1, 2, 5. Down. 1, 2, 6. Keep stretching those shoulder blades back. Down. 1, 2, 7. Down. 1, 2, 8. Down. 1, 2, 9. One more. Down. 1, 2, 10. So next we're going to do the power rock. So for this one, you're going to lean your elbow down onto your knee, and I'll scoot back a little bit. You're going to reach up and across, and notice how my opposite leg straightens out. Then I'm coming back to the middle to reset my posture, and then I'm going the other way, leaning down, stretching up and across, and again, this opposite leg stretches out. I'll move my camera down so you can see that. Stretching up and across, my leg straightens out. So let's go back and forth 10 times, always pausing in the middle when we switch sides. Ready? 1, stretch your fingers out wide. 2, come back to tall posture, and the other side. 2, see how far you can reach each side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Moving into our twist. So for this one, we start with arms wide, and I'm going to turn to clap. Notice how my front leg in the front pivots so that my knee is pointing down when I end in that twisted position. Then I'm pausing to open wide again and turning to clap. Again, my knee is twisting so it points down as I finish. Back and forth 10 times. 1. See if you can make an audible clap as you twist. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. All right, coming back to the middle, we're going to do a step. So how we'll do this step is just going one foot out to the side, exaggerating that movement and using our arms, and then exaggerating the movement as you come back in. Almost like you're trying to step your foot to get out of your car, or like there's a big hurdle you have to step your foot over. I want it to feel silly how high that you're lifting your knee each way. Let's go 10 times, always pausing in the middle before we start to the other side. 1, together. 2, together. 3, together. 4, together. 5, together. 6, together. 7, together. 8, together. 9, together. 10. All right, so those are the 4 moves. Let's put them together in a flow now. So doing one sequentially after another without doing repetitions of each one. So I'll show you an example and then we can do it all together. Or if you're familiar with it, you can just jump in with me right now. So we're going down and then coming up, and then we're doing a power rock to each side. Then we're going right into the twist. So opening and then twist, open, twist, coming back to the middle, and then going into the step, stepping out, together, out, together. So that is one flow, each exercise sequenced after another. I want to do that flow 10 times, and then we'll kind of get ready for our intervals. So I'm going to start really slow, and then as we get the movements a little bit, I'm going to start to increase my speed. Don't feel pressure to keep up at my pattern. You can go at your own pace, sequencing one after another, because part of this exercise is having to try to remember what comes next and what move do I need to prepare for. So we'll do 10 times in total together. We'll get started. So coming up first, power rock, open, twist, open, twist, right into the step. Step, together, step, together. So back to the top. That was 1, down, up, reach, reach, open, twist, open, twist, step, together, step, together. That was 2, down, up, reach, reach, open, twist, open, twist, step, together, step, together. That's 3, down, up, reach, reach, open, twist, open, twist, step, together, step, together. That's 4, down, up, reach, reach, open, twist, open, twist, step, together, step, together. That's 5, down, up, reach, reach, open, twist, open, twist, step, together, step, together. That's 6, down, up, reach, reach, open, twist, open, twist, step, together, step, together. 7, down, up, reach, reach, open, twist, step, together, step, together. 8, down, up, reach, reach, open, twist, step, together. Last one, down, up, reach, reach, open, twist, step, together. All right. I'll let everyone finish up the round they're on. Good job. You guys did a good job keeping the speed up. That looks great. Sometimes what can be tricky is even as we increase our speed to be able to maintain how big we're moving or maintain the quality of our movement, but that looks really good from the snippets I could see. So with our intervals today, I just have 3 exercises for 2 different circuits that we'll cycle through. Let me show you our intervals and then we can get started together. All of these are standing. We'll have a little bit of weight for each of these. If you have any hand weights or even like a can of soup or a water bottle works well for any of these. So all of these can be done holding on to the back of your chair if you want some support. I gotta figure out where I put my hand weights. The first one that we'll do is a backward stepping lunge with a twist. So you don't have to start with me yet. I just want to show you. You can hold your weight with 1 or 2 hands, depending if you want to hold on. And to lunge, I'm going to step backwards. Let me move this down just a hair. It's too high up. So I'm stepping backwards, letting my back knee drop down. And then with my arms out in front of me, I'm going to twist one side and then the other, and then step together. And then I'll use my other leg to step backwards, lunge. Again, I'm twisting one side and then the other. If I'm holding on, I'm just holding that one weight as I twist, but still trying to turn my shoulders. As a reminder, when I lunge, you want to let your back knee drop down so that both knees are bent. The second exercise that we'll do is a squat and press. So you can hold on with 1 or 2 of your weights, or hold on to your chair, doing a squat with your weights kind of up at your chest. And when you come to stand, reaching your weights overhead. Squat to press. Or if I'm holding on here, maybe I'm holding on to my chair as I squat, and then I can raise my weights or just my hands overhead once I'm back fully in standing. And then the last exercise of this interval that we'll do, I'm just going to use one weight for this. You want to reach your weight back behind your head. So working on a little bit of shoulder mobility. So starting at your stomach, reaching your weight behind and passing it hand to hand. What you want to avoid is elevating your shoulders like this, like your shoulders are coming up towards your ears. Try to keep them down and relaxed, even as your arms go up, not letting your shoulders hike. All right. So let's get ready for those. Let me get my timer. We'll do 1 minute on, 30 seconds off. We'll cycle through those exercises twice, and then we'll take a break and get ready for the next circuit. So we're starting with lunging, either with or without holding onto the chair, or with or without weight. If you're seated in your chair, you can practice that weighted twist, one side and then the other as we do the lunges, okay? All right, I'm gonna start my timer. So it's backward stepping lunge, twist one way, and then the other. Step together, switch legs. Step backwards, lunge, twist with 1 or 2 hands, step together. Always alternating. Backward stepping lunge, both knees bend, twist one way, and then the other. About halfway done. And if you're feeling off balance, you can modify how far you're twisting. It's going to be harder the further you twist. And so you can try to go maybe even a quarter or half of how far you're twisting and keep your balance a little bit more. 5 seconds left. And rest. So now we have 30 seconds before we're starting the squat and press. See if you can stay standing. And either with or without weight, with or without holding on, you're going to squat and then raise your 1 or 2 arms overhead. If you're using one hand and holding onto the chair with one hand, maybe this time through, use your right arm. Next time through, use your left arm. You can split it up that way. Couple seconds to get ready, and let's begin. So squat, press overhead. Nice. Squat and press. Make sure you're holding on to a chair if you need some support. Looking good. Keep your chest up tall, so like if you had words on the front of your shirt, we could all see them while you're squatting so that you're not bending forward like that. Looking good, 25 seconds left. Ten seconds. 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds to rest. And then our last exercise is passing behind the head with your weight. After we get 30 seconds through, I'll have you switch directions of which way you're lifting the weight. You still have about 15 seconds to get ready. You can do this in standing or sitting. Three, 2, and 1. Let's begin. So passing the weight behind your head, keeping your shoulders down. And see if, rather than doing it up high, do it further behind your head. So you're really working on some shoulder mobility. Looking good. Switch directions now. Looking great. After this exercise, we're going back to our lunges. One more round through each of these exercises. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds to rest, then we're going back to our stepping lunge, stepping backwards, both knees bend, twisting one direction, and then the other. If it was easy last time, see if you can bring your knee a little closer to the ground, lunging down deeper or twisting further. And you can vary it the opposite too. If you were off balance, don't go down as far and don't twist as far. All right, let's begin. So 1 or 2 hands, backward step lunge, and twist with both hands. And alternate your feet. Good job, everybody. Try to twist your shoulders as you turn. $15 seconds left. Always got a chair next to you, just like that. If you lose your balance, you have something to hold on to. 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds to rest before our squat and press. As a reminder, with 1 or 2 hands, either with or without weight, squatting, and then overhead reach. If you just used 1 hand last time, switch arms this time that you're reaching overhead with. You have about 10 seconds to get ready. 3, 2, 1. All right, begin. Squat and press. If this felt easy last time, squat deeper. Always sticking your hips back like you're sitting in a chair. Don't let your knees go in front of your toes. Good job. Halfway done. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. 30 seconds to rest, and we're going back to weight behind the head. And so like I was mentioning, you don't want to reach it way overhead like this, but see if you can pass it directly behind your head because it's harder for your shoulders. We want to challenge that shoulder mobility going behind your head. I'll tell you when we're halfway through so you can switch directions. After this exercise, we'll take a break. All right, let's begin. Looking good. Halfway done. Switch directions. Good job. 5 seconds left. All right, and rest. So grab a drink of water. Have a seat if you want to rest for a moment. We are going to use our mats for one of these exercises during the next circuit. So while you guys are taking a break, I'm going to show you the next couple exercises. The first one that we're going to do, part of it is getting up and down from the ground. So make sure that you position yourself well, where you have, for example, a chair or your couch in front of you if you need a little bit of support getting up and down from the ground. So half of it is getting down, and I'm going to hold a weight out in front of me as I do this. And the exercise is seeing if you can switch from one knee up to the other while you hold the weight out in front of you. Maybe you need a little bit of support to be able to lift your leg back and forth. So if you need some support, you're going to switch sides, holding on with one hand or two hands in front of you. So the full minute is practicing this mobility, being able to alternate stepping. That's the first exercise. The second one that we're going to do is back in standing. So if you are already down, you don't have to come back up if you don't want to. With or without weights, we're going to do a squat that we're going to hold and alternating jabs for the full minute. So if you ever need to come back up, shake out your legs and get back down into the squat whenever you need to. It's going to feel like a long minute. I got a feeling already. For the next one, we're going to do, this is a variation of our sit to stand exercise. So starting in your chair, you're first going to do a sit to stand. And then I'm first going to step to the right with both feet, step back in front of the chair, and then sit down. Then I'll do the opposite. So then I'll stand up, step to the left, step to the right, and sit down. So we're practicing that transition from immediately when we get up to standing, being able to initiate movement and preventing freezing. Think of it as an anti-freezing exercise. The only thing I want to make sure that you pay mind to is after you step to the side and come back, make sure the chair is behind you before you sit down so you don't slide off the side. So those are our 3 exercises. We'll do the same pattern as before. 1 minute on, 30 seconds off, rotating through those exercises 2 times. So first we'll be down in that kneeling position. If you're not comfortable getting down onto the ground to kneel, you can practice holding your arms out in front of you and alternating, stepping out and stepping in while you do it. Otherwise, we're going to be in this kneeling position, alternating, stepping one knee up and then the other. Bring my camera down a little bit. So go ahead and get ready. Whatever position you're comfortable in today. And I'm going to get my timer ready. All right, let's begin. And you can do this with or without weight, with or without holding on to something if you need some support to be able to get your legs up forward. So our full minute, we're going to practice alternating knees, keeping your posture tall. See if you can keep your arms out in front of you while you do this. Good job. Everyone looks great. This is a tough way to stay balanced. You have 20 seconds left. Five seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Come back up to standing. Push through your leg. If you need a hand on your chair, use that. Come to standing. With or without weights for our next exercise, we're holding a squat while we alternate jabs. You have 10 seconds still to get ready. If you're seated, I want you to hold a glute set, meaning squeezing your bottom muscles together while you're doing your jabs. All right, let's begin. See if you can keep your posture tall and keep up the speed that you're punching with. Looking good. If you ever need to come up out of your squat and come back down, feel free as much as you need to. Looking good. Keep up that pace with intensity behind your punches. If you need to drop your weights down at any time, you can. Already halfway done, keep going. Looking good. Keep pushing, keep putting intensity behind it, especially as you feel yourself starting to get tired. 15 seconds left, keep pushing. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come out of that squat. That was tough. Great job. We're sitting down in our chairs next for the sit to stand. You still have 20 seconds before we're going to get started with that. High intensity interval training, 1 minute of hard work and then a break. 3, 2, and 1. Sit to stand, step out, step in, and sit. This time we'll go the other way. Sit to stand, out, in, and sit. Just make sure that chair is behind you. 1 minute. Good job. A little over 20 seconds left. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. One more round for each of those exercises. This is the last bit of intervals that we'll do today. Oops. You have about 10 seconds to get ready. Either kneeling or seated. I'm trying to hold your arms straight out in front of you while you alternate stepping or while you alternate this tall kneel to half kneel position. Go ahead and get started. If you need to hold on with one or two hands, use as much support as you need. Try to keep your posture tall. Good job, halfway done. $15 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest and come back to standing. $20 seconds before that isometric squat, holding that squat while you alternate jabs, with or without weight, or start with weight and then drop it whenever you need to, halfway through or 3/4 through, whenever you feel like your arms are getting tired. Couple seconds to get ready. All right, begin. Last time you're going to see this exercise today. Give it all you got. Try to keep your posture up tall, even as you're holding that squat. Remember, you can come out of that squat whenever you need a break. Nice job, everybody. Keep putting intensity behind your punches. You're halfway done. 30 seconds to go. Dig deep and find what your motivators are for this last little bit of this interval here. What's your motivator to keep pushing through this? 10 seconds more to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Have a seat. We're getting ready for our last exercise, the sit to stand with the step. Last exercise of our intervals today. 15 seconds to get ready. All right, let's begin. Sit to stand, step out, step in, and sit. Just make sure your chair is behind you. Good job. Halfway done. And 10 seconds left. See how many more stands you can get in. 3, 2, and 1. Good job, everybody. Take a break. Get some water. All done with intervals today. And all done with our weights too.
Hey, Katie.
Yes.
Just a curiosity question. That sit to stand with the immediate step to the side,
Yeah.
was really kind of difficult for me. Is that something that I should note and tell the doctor or something?
What part of it was difficult?
The mental aspect of, I don't know. It felt like I felt like I was in danger of falling. I didn't, I was holding on behind me when I was sitting down and everything, but it was very quicksandy area. I didn't feel terribly safe doing it.
Yeah. What can be really challenging about that, I called it an anti-freezing exercise, which I realized halfway through that I didn't explain what I meant by that.
Yeah.
With Parkinson's, freezing is, if you guys have heard of it, or maybe some of you are familiar with it, where when you're trying to move, sometimes it can happen when we're first initiating a movement, or when we're trying to go through a doorway or in a tight space, our feet can feel stuck, like it's hard to move, hard to get a step going. And so that what I was really targeting with that is that it's knowing that in Parkinson's disease, those transitions can feel really quicksandy. I like that word that you use, where it's like hard to get moving or hard to initiate that. And that's what all of the power moves do, are help initiate that movement, help begin that movement. And so it's understandable that you felt stuck, because that's kind of what I was targeting with that. And practicing those transitions, like initiating movement when you first get up to stand, as an exercise, as a general rule, it's always a good idea to make sure that you have your bearings before you move. But targeting during exercise can absolutely be a way to make that easier. And it's just something to be mindful. Practice some of those transitions or initial movements when you move like that. And I like what you said, just take a note of it. See if it gets easier, pay mind to if it gets harder, but it's not uncommon to see difficulty within Parkinson's disease, because it's absolutely how it affects your movement.
All right. I hate this disease. Just throwing that out there.
Well, I am so proud of you for being here and working on it. That's one of the best things you can do for it. And a plug I'm going to put in really quick. Tomorrow night, I believe that it's either this Tuesday or next Tuesday, Megan Malley is going to be giving a Zoom talk over some new research on Parkinson's and exercise. You can find the link through the Michigan Parkinson Foundation website. Should be listed there. Quick plug for that. Megan's awesome, and I'm really looking forward to hearing her overview of that. So I'm going to set up my camera. We're coming down to the ground for some mat exercises next. So we're going to do these prone, or laying on your stomach. So just as we were practicing initiating movement with that exercise that we were just talking about, the power up movement is practicing exactly that. So initiating movement, and we're going to do it in the position laying on your stomach today, pushing through your hands to drive your elbows in, and practicing a fast an intensity behind your movement is anti-freezing. It prevents freezing. It prevents that quicksand. It helps your brain smooth out that pattern when you have to initiate movement. So this is our power up that we're going to practice today. As a reminder, if you're sitting, we did the power up at the beginning of our class, bending forward and stretching your arms back. Let's think about intensity behind the movement as we do it together. So chest is down, elbows are out to the side. Let's do 10 of these together. Let's count up by twos as we draw our elbows in. So 2, and then elbows come back down. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. Good. Our next move is the power rock. So my elbows are staying underneath my shoulders. They're kind of making a 90-degree angle here. And I'm going to push through one hand to reach up and across, reaching across my body and resetting, reaching across the other way. And as a reminder, if you're seated, you're reaching up and across, and you can straighten out this opposite leg before switching to the other side. Reaching up and across. Also, a modification, if anyone has pain in their back when they lay on their stomach, you can try a pillow or two under your stomach. Sometimes that takes off some pressure and makes it a little more comfortable. So let's do 10 on each side, or 20 all together. Let's count up by fives this time as we do it. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Next, we're coming into our power twist. So if you're on your stomach, you're actually going to roll on your side for this one. My bottom leg is straight and my top knee is going to be bent so it's touching the ground. Both arms are going to be out in front of me, and the twist is reaching back. And notice I'm only reaching back as far as I can before my knee lifts. I don't let my front knee lift off the ground before coming back to twist together. The twist, if you're seated, as a reminder, is arms starting out wide, turning to twist before resetting to twist the other way. So actually, if you're seated, you can stick to the same side, because we're going to stick to the same side on the ground, and then we can all switch sides together. See if you can let your head rest down on the ground. Ready? So we'll open first, and we'll just count backward from 10 with this one. So come together. 10. Open. 9. Open. 8. Open. 7. Open. 6. Open. 5. Open. 4. Open. 3. Open. 2. And open. 1. Go ahead and switch sides. I'm going to turn so that I'm still facing the camera, but you can just roll over. Again, your bottom leg is straight, top knee is bent. You can either put your foot on the ground or tuck your foot behind your leg. Arms are out in front of you, and try to let your head rest down to the table, or to your mat, I mean. So again, we'll start with opening wide back for that stretch. Let's count up by 3s as we come back together. 3, we'll go 10 times. Open. 6. Open. 9. Open. 12. Open. 15. Open. 18. Open. 21. Open. 24. Open. 27. Open. 30. All right, come back onto your stomach. Last is our power step, and we're stepping with our hands as we do this. So elbows underneath you. We're taking a big step out to the side with our arm and then stepping in. And even though we're not stepping with our legs, practicing a big, fast movement with our arms still helps the connection of your brain to your arm or your leg when you're initiating that movement. So stepping out and then stepping in. Let's do 10 times on each side. Let's count back from 20. Ready? 20. 19, I'm going back and forth, side to side. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. So I have a few more exercises on the ground today. If you need a break from the ground and want to get up and sit down for a second, you're welcome to, or if you need some water. But if you want to stay in this position, you can do that too. We have a couple more here. So the first one that we'll do, I'll show you. You're still welcome to take a break for a second. I'll just introduce the next couple exercises. Is an alternating hip lift. So I'm going to stay on my stomach, and you can either come all the way down or stay up on your elbows, whatever is most comfortable is fine with me. Lifting your leg up like that. So lifting one leg up and then the other. And while you do that, see if you can keep your hip down. So watch my hip on this side. As I lift, my hip stays down. I don't roll like that. My hip stays down, touching the ground as I do it. If you're going to stay in your chair, practice keeping your knee straight and stretching your leg out to the side and back in, not stepping, but just kind of sliding it out and back in. So let's go back and forth and do 10 on each side. It's more comfortable for me like this, but again, if you want to do it like that, that's fine too. Ready? 1, and this one isn't about speed. This is about control. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So now we're going to do the same thing, but with your arms. So stretch your arms either out in front of you, or it's a little bit easier if they're to the side, if it's hard on your shoulders with them out in front of you. But we're going to do the same thing, alternating lifting one arm and then the other. And just as I mentioned before, try not to roll as you lift your arm, but try to keep your shoulders square as you lift. So we'll go back and forth, 10 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, good, 19, 20. All right. Shake it out for a moment, let your muscles relax. Next thing I want to do is combine them together. So when your right arm raises, your left leg will raise. And when your left arm raises, your right leg will raise. Trying to coordinate them together. And like I mentioned with the power exercises we were just doing, if this is bothering your back, try sliding a pillow or two under your stomach. That'll take off a little bit of pressure if that's uncomfortable. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm raising the opposite side together like this. So again, let's do 10 on each side, 20 all together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Nice job. One more exercise in this position. All of these are targeting our posture muscles, helping us keep our endurance with keeping our posture up tall. So the last one for this is the goalpost. So I'm going to lift my arms up both at the same time, bring my elbows back, stretch my arms out, and then back down. You can also try the same thing in sitting, same motion. Arms come up out right, stretching back out forward, and then down. If that's hard, you can just try from here, lifting up and down if it's too much on your shoulders to reach them out in front. I want to try 10 of those. This is the last exercise we'll do today, okay? Ready? That's 1, 2. Nice job. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. Let's come back up to our chairs for a cool down.
Katie, one question.
Yes.
This is Ann down in Florida. When we're lifting our arms and legs, are we just to be lifting them or stretching them forward and, stretching in both directions while we lift? Like reaching.
You're laying down or seated?
When I'm laying down. So am I reaching with my arms as well as lifting them? I'm reaching forward.
Good question. So you're really only lifting. So my arms are already stretching out as far as I can reach them. And it's just going up and down.
Up and down. Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
Exactly. Good question.
Yeah.
All right. Make your way back to your chair. We're going to do a little cool down. Nice job today. I definitely have a little sweat going on, so hopefully you guys got a good workout in too. Let's start with a couple deep breaths and arm raises overhead. Breathing in. Nice and slow, reach up and down. You can coordinate that breathing. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, slowly come down. One more. And exhale. Let's stretch our shoulder and neck a little bit. Bring your ear down towards your shoulder. Make sure your shoulder isn't hiking up like that. And that same arm that you're leaning towards is going to pull down. This hand can tuck behind your back. Shouldn't be painful, just a good stretch. If it hurts, don't pull that far. Let's hold for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Roll your head to the other side and switch arms. Again, we'll hold for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Roll your head back to the middle and then look up. Let's do shoulder rolls a few times forward. We'll go 3 forward. 1, 2, 3, switch to backward. 1, 2, 3. Move into a few wrist circles. We'll go 5 times one way and then the other. 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch one knee out in front of you. Keep this leg straight and bend forward at your hip. Hold this stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch sides. Straighten your knee out all the way and only bend forward as far as you can before your knee starts to bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring one leg up across your lap. Try to let that knee fall down out to the side. You can give a little pressure at your thigh to try to push it down. And we'll lean forward real gently here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch. Real gently at your thigh, you can push your knee down and then a gentle bend forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Stretch both arms back to the side. Push them together forward and roll your shoulders down. And then come out back, stretch back one more time. All right. Thank you guys so much for exercising with me this morning. Really nice job. And if you're available tomorrow at 7, tune in to Megan.
I got a quick question, Katie.
Yes.